So striding in, Eddie Tejeda, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Scott over to his. And the throw will be wide at first as it pulls him off the bag, and a run's going to score.
You know, D-Roll, as a pitcher, that can be so frustrating. You're taught to try to go out there and make quality pitches, and that was a really good pitch. And I would be willing to bet you he's surprised that.
Digging in once again, Professor Scott.
Professor Scott.
Here comes the first pitch. Late that time for a strike.
Good job there to jump ahead with the fastball. If he's going to get back on track out there, the fastball is what he's going to start to need locating first and foremost. Then he can work his other pitches off of that.
He's going.
Runner goes for second. Fly ball out to straightaway left. Arias moves over. No. Trouble with this one, and the inning is over. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and one man left aboard. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. Mississippi leads it 3-2. Digging in for his second at-bat, Mariano Vizcaino earned himself an RBI with a sac fly his last time at the plate. Hit back up the middle. And that finds its way into center for a one-out base hit.
You know, D-Roll, the old school thinking sometimes is when you're going through a bad streak like this guy, any way you can get on a little jam shot, even though it wasn't pretty, maybe this could get this guy finally going.
Yeah, I can't tell you how good that had to feel right there. There's moments where you slap that donut off your bat, you don't even want to walk to home plate. You're scuffling so bad.
Now batting.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Jose Campos. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. On the ground is short. This could be 2. And throw on to second, so they'll get the lead man, and that's all.
And kids, this is why you always go hard into second base. Could have been an easy double play ball, but the slide really impacts the throw to first, and they wind up only getting 1 out on the play. Good, aggressive, legal slide that time.
Ready for another shot now, Mike Arias.
Left fielder, Mike Arias. Come on, fellas, let's go.
The 1-2. Short. He's got it. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. 1 hit, 1 left. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. Mississippi's out in front, 4-2.
Let's go, kid. One time right
now
here.
At the plate, Professor Scott. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Professor Scott.
Come on, baby. Square it up.
First offering on its way. Liner toward right center. And that's in there. Base hit.
On the back. Pick it up. Pick it up.
So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away. Digging in and looking for more, Abraham Castro. We'll see if he can come through in a clutch spot here. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 6. He's set, and the pitch. A knee-high sinker, tough pitch, strike one.
Hey, I don't have a problem with him taking a pitch right there. It's a good opportunity to see what he's got. Also a good opportunity to see if he's going to be pounding the strike zone. If you could work a couple walks, it could be the start of a big inning.
Working to keep them in the game here. Fouled off. Swing and a miss at one in the dirt. Throw to first, and that gets him out of the jam. So it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. Part of the order, 3, 4, and 5 coming up. Mississippi leads it 4-2. Into the box now, Robert Barone. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right time to get something going. The last is to try to come from behind and win the this one in the 8th or 9th inning. Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Tom Cabrera.
The batter, third baseman, Tom Cabrera.
Put him away. Give me that stuff right here. Here we go.
On the ground to short. Could this be 2? And he is in there. And the runner from third crosses the plate.
Boy, so frustrating as a pitcher. 2-strike RBI base hit. The ball wasn't hit very hard, D-Row, but from a hitter's perspective, you'll take it any way you can get it.
Yeah, and today Today's day and age where everyone's looking to go deep and can go deep, not many guys have a legitimate two-strike approach. This is one of those players, and that's exactly what he did. Shortened his stroke a little bit, didn't try and do too much, and came through for the team.
Now here's the pitch. Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike.
That pitch was right down the heart of the plate, but obviously this guy had made up his mind on the on-deck circle. He was taken all away, and he was going to zone him up.
Now a ball lined to the left side. Foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the ninth.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
Digging in to try it again, Eddie Tejeda. They'll go to work on getting that tying run home from second. Flash, the runner at second with one away. Drilled right back up the middle. There. And boy, disaster reverted that time as the throw takes the first baseman right. Digging in the switch hitter, Tom Cabrera. The winning run at second. However, the double play in order here.
Hey, all right, here we go now. Hey, nobody out now.
On the ground to first. Can this be two? And he'll step on first himself for the out. Well, the lineup was clicking for him in this contest, and the man you see there was a major contributor. For that, he's the top player of the game.
Well, the numbers don't just jump out at you, but his lone hit was a really important one. And sometimes you just need to come through when it matters most to be the hero, and he did just that.
This evening's game comes to an end, 5-4, the final tally. Xavier Rudolph claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Dan Plesac and Mark DeRosa, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a special presentation of MLB The Show. For more, follow us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
The final line score for our ball game for the victorious Bay Bears. 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They left 12 men on base. For Mississippi, 4 runs on 11 hits, no errors. They left 19 runners on base.
Minor League Baseball is live and on the air on the show. A good matchup here for you tonight between the Mississippi Braves and the Mobile Bay Bears. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Ray Pinckney will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
One of the things that jumps out if you look at that stat sheet, a very high whip coming into this start. One of the things he's going to have to do a much better job, keep traffic off the bases, keep the walks down, try to limit the amount of hits. He's had a rough go at that so far this year. Let's see if he can turn it around in this one.
Professor Scott.
Hey, looking for yours now. Come on, kid.
First pitch of the at-bat. Grounded back up the middle and into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Batting third, right fielder Benitez.
Before the first pitch, a check at first. Runner back safely. In now, Derek Benitez, as he'll take a look at ball one. Scott stands at first with one out.
All right, one more time, right here.
And they pitch out here, but nothing's happening. Ball two. Now the 2-0. Swing and a little tapper, but it gets foul.
Hey, he looked like he was a little bit out in front on that breaking ball right there. The body can go a little bit. If he was able to keep his hands back a little bit, he might have been able to do some damage with that pitch.
Count even at 2-2. And this one's in the dirt.
There we go.
Now the payoff pitch home. There's ball four.
Take it, mate.
Well, he battled to get it to a 3-2 count, but that pitch wasn't even close. Now he's got a man on with one out, so he's got to focus on trying to get the ground ball.
Coming to the plate now, Abraham Castro, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Castro.
Here comes the first pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball. This year against right-handed pitching, Castro is hitting just over the benchmark 300 plateau. Source of pride for him, I'm sure.
These are the type of hitters that absolutely frustrate a pitching staff and a pitching coach. He's not trying to do a ton of damage, but he's certainly going to put the ball in play and be a pest the entire season.
Castro, a native of the Dominican Republic. This is the final year of his current deal, so he'll be a free agent at season's end. The next 0-2. Hit out towards second. To second for one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. It's on to the bottom of the first. No score on the show. Ready now, Robert Barone. He had a triple in the game yesterday, finishing 1 for 4. Runners on first with one down. Down to the right side. And that finds its way through for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second, as there are two aboard now.
Man, I thought this at-bat was over. Down 0-2. He's able to work himself back into a hitter's count, 2-2, and he's able to find the knockout there.
Digging in, Mike Arias. He reached on a single in his first try.
Mike Arias.
The 1-0 home. And a double steal try here. Strike taken to throw.
You know, I was pretty surprised to see him on the move to third, because it didn't seem like he had that much of a lead, but he made it work out. That was really impressive.
Digging in, Professor Scott. He singled his last time up.
Professor Scott.
Hey, I ripped that up there. Huh?
Hey, look at one pitch right here. Come on now.
Here's the first pitch to him. Hit in the air down the right field line. Zavala on the move. He's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. The Bay Bears lead it 1-0. So striding forward now, Tom Cabrera. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
Cabrera.
Hey, we got one out here.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. That's a strike to throw down. Is there, and he's out trying to take second.
Well, I'm not sure if he was going on his own or if that came from the dugout, but either way, he didn't give himself much of a chance with the lead he took. A bigger lead, and maybe he's in there safely.
Juan Graterol steps in now. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Graterol.
Here's a little chopper up the middle. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. So 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left stranded. 5 innings complete, and we are tied 2-2. Stepping up now, Professor Scott. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Professor Scott.
Get your pitch, huh?
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Line towards center field. And that'll get down for a base hit. So he goes after the first pitch, and it's early trouble here this half of the inning.
Well, there's no denying he was all over that fastball. That's what we like to refer to as a little bit of an ambush. 0-0 heater gets turned around.
The right fielder, number 18.
Speed up, drive it like you can. Let's go.
Benitez.
Into the box now, Derek Benitez, as the first pitch misses high and inside for ball 1. It was a single for him in his last at-bat.
Hey, come on, big dog.
The 1-0 home is in there for strike 1. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Scott aboard here at first with nobody out. Well hit to right, but a foul ball.
Hey, like you can up there, huh?
Hard 90, hard 90, hard 90.
Fielded cleanly. One there. On to first, and they turn the double play. Stepping into the box, Eddie Tejeda. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Eddie Tejeda.
Jammed in there as this is rolled out to short. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely. So that'll go into the books as an E6, and he'll be kicking himself over that. So coming to the plate, Robert Barone.
Shortstop, Robert Barone.
2 down now.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. In there, now the throw. Is well behind the play. That's an easy stolen base.
I like the decision to steal right there, and it worked out. With 2 outs, there's not a lot to lose if you get caught, but if you get there successfully, all of a sudden you're...
Standing in, Lee Carmona, runner in scoring position with Sugan.
Lee Carmona.
Hey, plays it first, plays it first.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. Ground ball sent back up the middle, and that'll get through into center field for a base hit. Hack on another here as the runner scores from second.
Hey, Dero, that's a big RBI right there to stretch this lead to 3. Takes a lot of pressure off your pitcher going into the bottom part of the inning.
Yeah, Dan, no doubt. As an offense, all you're trying to do is put your pitchers in positions to be successful. Giving them that 3-run cushion has to make you feel good.
Now batting. Left fielder.
At the plate, Mike Arias. He's 2 for 4 in the ball game.
Hey, he's done.
Here now the 2-2. Hit on the ground out to short, right to him. Throw pulls the first baseman off the bag.
Man, there's just no excuse for a middle infielder to make a play like that, especially your shortstop. Looked like a routine play, but for some reason, he just pulled the first baseman off the bag. It happens, but you never want to give a team extra outs.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Tom Cabrera, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
One of the things this guy would like to do from the left side is swing it a little bit better against right-handed pitching. This guy.
Meanwhile here, the throw down to second. Kicking off the top of the ninth, Professor Scott, and they'll need him to get something going here. Here's the first pitch to him. Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike.
Hey, drive that pitch, huh?
Hit on the ground to short. Reined in. And safe at first as the first baseman couldn't get the foot back in time, and we'll see how they want to score that.
And that's what speed does for you. He made the play, but in the back of his mind, he knew he was dealing with the speedster, so he rushed the throw, and he had more time than he thought, too.
Now at the plate, Derek Benitez. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Benitez.
Hey, your turn now. Nobody better.
First pitch of the at-bat. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Arias will settle under it to make the play for the first out as the runner will have to head back to first. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Abraham Castro. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. From the stretch. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Yeah, we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen.
Here we go. No one better.
Hey, get the pitch. No one better up there.
Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes now.
Okay, now your turn. Your turn. Drive him in, kid. Let's go.
Now a move over to first, and he'll get back in safely. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
Man, they've really had his number so far in this series. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone.
Hey, right guy. No one better up there.
Now batting. First baseman,
Come on, let him
John
fly right here.
Baldwin.
Stepping in now, John Baldwin, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far.
Hey, get on for us here.
Prior to the 0-1, here's a look to first. And he'll get dirty, but he's back in safely.
Hey, right guy. No one better up there.
The 0-1. A fastball that just misses inside.
Come on, man. Make your pitch up there.
Here's the 1-1. Good pitch as this is swung on and missed, and now they're down to perhaps their final strike of the evening.
Hey, take your pitch.
Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Well, in hindsight, it was the right choice to let the setup guy stay in the game and finish this thing. I wasn't so sure before, but the results sure speak for themselves.
And tonight's ends at a 6-2 finish. The Mobile Bay Bears jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Noah Ramirez wins his 4th game out of the bullpen this year. Damian Schweitzer works 2 full innings in relief to record the save, his first of the year. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click over to theshownation.com.
The final line score for our ball game for the victorious Bay Bears: 6 runs, 17 hits. 1 error that left 15 men on base. For Mississippi, 2 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors, and 4 men left on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 4 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
It's time for baseball now as the show's tour of the minors continues with a stop in the Southern League. A good one on tap for you this afternoon between the Mississippi Braves and the Mobile Bay Bears. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Ethan Pelletier, a native of the Netherlands, will be the starter. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, you take a look at that ERA, and it's a little bloated right now. This guy's a better pitcher than that, but he hasn't been real consistent. 1 good game, 1 bad game. I think what he needs to do, if he can string together 3 or 4 good quality games in a row, that ERA will start creeping back down. He definitely needs to start pitching a lot better than he has up to this point, and it'll be interesting to see if he can turn it around in this one.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Grounded foul off to the right and over toward the dugout. Guys, you take a look at the home 9 as they enter play here this afternoon. They come in not exactly setting the world on fire as they've dropped 5 of their last 8 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, they lost their last game. It was only by 1 run. They should be able, those are the tough ones, but they should be able to put this one behind them.
Behind 0-2 now.
Come on, baby. See it. Grab it.
Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2. Didn't look to me like that was much of a protect swing with 2 strikes.
No, he was trying to go yard, 2 strikes or not. Kind of looks bad if you strike out like he did, though. I'm sure his manager would have liked for him to focus on getting on base.
Now at the plate, Robert Barone. He drove in the other of their 2 runs last night. Vizcaino, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. On the ground is short. Could be 2. And he'll get the fielder's choice play at second, but that's all.
And kids, this is why you always go hard into second base. Could have been an easy double play ball, but the slide really impacts the throw to first, and they wind up only getting 1 out on the play. Good, aggressive, legal slide that time.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Professor Scott, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield.
Let's go, kid. Here we go.
Hey, let her fly. Let her fly.
Good lead off a second there. Now the pitch. A swing and a ground ball to third. This is foul for the first strike.
Let's go now. 1 time.
Here comes the 0-1. Fly ball out toward left center field. Tejeda is after it, but he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. And the tying run comes around to score from second.
The pitcher was spotting his pitches effectively until now, working the edges, painting the corners, but he left this one right over the plate, and it cost him with an RBI extra base hit right there.
Third baseman number 3, Abraham
into the box,
Castro.
Abraham Castro, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He comes in with that average down in the 240s, 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. Now a pickoff play at second and a dive, but he's back in.
Hey, let her rip one time.
Runner at second here with 1 man out.
Hey, leave it right here one time.
Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball.
Hey, let's go,
The 1-2. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. And that's going to fall for a base hit.
And that's a base hit right there on a hanging 2-strike changeup.
And that's one we like to call a hanger right there. You see it high, you let it fly. Nice job by the offensive player.
The catcher, number 36, Dan Saldana.
Pickoff move to second, and he has to dive, but he's back in easily.
Find some green, baby. Find some green. Hey, let her rip.
In now, Dan Saldana, as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
Hey, see, we didn't drive it here.
0-2 count. Here's the pitch. A fastball down near the shoe tops.
One time, let it fly.
And a neck-high fastball that time.
Kind of pitching him backwards in this AB. Soft stuff early, then those last 2 were fastballs, trying to get it right by him.
Spin and a throw back to second. And a dive, but he's back in there. And he'll turn and throw back to second again. And he just manages to get his hand in.
Drive that pitch now, eh?
Here now the 2-2 is taken, ball 3.
2 strike.
Wow, this is a pretty good at bat right here. From down in the count 0-2 to work the count back to 3-2. And he's seen a lot of pitches, too.
Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Now a spin and a throw back to second, and he'll dive back in.
All right, one time right here, kid.
The 3-2 pitch. Swinging a soft liner. The tag, and they got him as he couldn't get back to second. And he'll take it to the bag for the out, and there's your unassisted double play. Stepping in, Lee Carmona is back in the starting lineup for this one after sitting out last night's game.
Lee Carmona.
Hey, place it one now.
Ground out to short. To his left, Scott. And a good throw gets him 1 gone.
not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Jose Campos. He flew out in his last at-bat. Bases are empty, one man out. And gets it as this is bounced to short. And very quickly there, they're two gone to start the inning. Digging in, Tom Cabrera. He'll swing it from the left side right here.
This is somewhat of a cause for concern. This guy needs to hit better left-handed against right-handed pitching.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Pitch outside. The throw is not close as he's in there with a strike. Digging in and looking for more, Professor Scott. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Come on, baby, get your pitch up there.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A swing and a miss just out in front of that fastball. Now a ball lined to the left side. Foul.
Here we go.
Here it comes, 0-2. And he'll try to hold back, but he won't be able to as that's ruled a swing, and there are two away now.
I think that's one of the toughest calls for an umpire to make. The check swing appeal. Hitters rarely feel like they went, and I don't think he likes getting rung up there by the first base umpire. But looking at it, it's hard to see.
Digging in to try it again, Eddie Tejeda comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Come on now, get this ball right here.
Sent on the ground out to second. And this is knocked down over there. And the throw will be too late as he can't recover in time. Digging in once again, Professor Scott. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Scott.
Hey, one time, right now. Come on, big guy.
First pitch of the at-bat. This is flared out towards second, and that'll get down for a two-out single. So a nice job there by the two-hole hitter to extend the inning for the middle of the order.
Man, he's seeing it like a beach ball right now. Even his soft contact is finding holes, Dan.
He's making it nearly impossible for a pitcher right now. Up, down, in and out, hard, soft. Anything you throw forward to home plate, this guy seems to somehow be able to find a hole.
Abraham Castro.
Into the box now, Abraham Castro. And a pitch out, nothing doing though, and that's ball one.
Come on, let it fly right here.
The 1-0 pitch. Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner. Clearly trying to control the running game with the slide step here.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to control the running game, Matt. The problem with it, though, it has a tendency to throw your command off because you're worrying about that runner on base.
Hey, let's go, kid.
The 1-1 home is swung on and missed, and that's strike two.
One ball, two strikes.
Quick check on that tying run at first. And the runner back safely.
You drive it like you said. Let's go.
Hey, let's go.
The 1-2. Liner toward right center. And again, he's got himself a base hit. Make it 3 for 3. The relay throw. The tag at third. And they got him. Boy, cut down is the possible tying run. And the inning is over. Ouch. We'll move on now to the bottom half of the 7th. Get up and stretch. The Bay Bears on top 2-1. Striding in once again, Lee Carmona.
For Mobile. Left fielder, Lee Carmona.
The 1-2.
One.
On the ground. Scooped up on the backhand. Throw won't be in time as he reaches it first.
Hey, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step one, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield.
Ready once again, Robert Barone. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. Pitch is a called strike. The throw. Not in time. He's safe at third as they pull off the double steal.
And to me, they just can't let guys get lead like that, especially knowing that the guy behind the plate isn't known for his arm. Here he swipes third, and they just...
Ready for another chance? Tom Cabrera. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Runners off for second. Strike called. Now the throw down. Not in time as he steals second. Ready for another shot now, Professor Scott. And these guys are making a little push here. You have to like the effort despite the odds.
Yeah, you really do, Matt. Look, they still have a significant hill to climb, but hey, they string a couple of hits together here, and all of a sudden this thing feels doable.
Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. Sky down
dig,
the left field
score.
line. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. And the runner scores all the way from first as they try and chip away at their deficit. It's now a 6-3 contest.
Well, he was definitely not looking off speed on that pitch. I'll tell you, he had to be sitting on a fastball on that one because it's coming in hot, and he still manages to get out front of that and yank it for 2 bases.
Jason Ramirez takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
31, Jason Ramirez. Third baseman number 3, Abraham Castro.
Standing in now, Abraham Castro. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. So far this year against Southpaws, Castro is holding on to a batting average way down in the 210s.
He'd be the first to tell you he's not happy with his batting average this season, but he can beat you in a variety of different ways, and he has to because he wouldn't be here otherwise.
Grounded down the third baseline. Throw on to first, and the ball game is over.
Well, that's why you pay the closer big money, so he can come slam the door quickly when he has to. 2 pitches, 1 out, and that game's on ice. Well done.
6-3 the final score today. Mobile rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. Noah Ramirez earns the victory out of the bullpen, his 5th. Julio Garcia pitched well, allowing only 2 earned, but ends up taking the loss. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head over to theshownation.com.
The final line score for our ball game for the victorious Bay Bears: 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They left 12 men on base.
A coach clues in a new team member on available resources.
MLB The Show in this presentation of minor league baseball. Tonight, an intriguing matchup between the Jackson Generals and the Mississippi Braves. Jackson attempt to end a 6-game losing streak. Next. Drew Watts gets the call for game 1 of the series. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, Matt, this guy keeps his team in the ball game. He's won 2 of his last 3 starts, so he's been throwing the ball really well. And one of the keys for this guy is getting early outs to keep his pitch count down. If he can do that, he should be able to get into the 7th or 8th inning in this one here today.
Into the box, Felix Ramiro. He had a couple of hits in yesterday's contest.
Hey, we got no one here.
2-2.
Grounded to short. This could be 2. The second for 1, but they won't get 2 as he beats the relay to first. Digging in the switch hitter, Jamal Wiggins. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Wiggins.
And there he goes towards second. That's a strike to throw down. Not in time. He's in there at second.
We all know this team is struggling right now. They're on a losing streak, so when that's the case, sometimes you need to be a little bit more aggressive and try to put some pressure on your opponents. Stolen bases are a good way of doing it.
At the plate, Professor Scott. He drove in all 3 of his guys' runs in yesterday's ball game. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Now a ball lined to the left side, but this will be a foul ball. Well, you take a look at our visiting club as they take the field tonight. They are in the midst of a pretty bad stretch as they've dropped 6 straight coming in. 1 out, nobody on. Sinking liner toward left, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Boy, this guy's been swinging a hot stick lately, and there's just another example. And even when he doesn't hit one on the barrel, he still manages another base hit.
Yeah, don't overthink it. When you're flowing like he is right now, he's hot as a pistol. Everything's falling.
Batting third, right
into the box, Derek Benitez, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0.
Get your pitch, drive it.
And they pitch out here, but nothing's happening. Ball 2. Scott leads off first with 1 away. Throw over to first.
He's good.
And he'll dive back in safely. Now the 2-0 home is looked at for the first strike. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now. Now a throw over to first and a dive, but he's back. Runner at first here, 1 man out.
Let's go, kid. 1 time right here.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. And with that, here's a glance at the starting lineup for the home squad. Bieber, what do you got on this lineup in the series opener?
Matty, the key in this one for this lineup is they got to stay staunch in the middle of the plate. They can't start swinging at everything, or this guy will abuse them. He'll start flipping up the rosin bag. They have to sit over those 17 inches and hold to that.
Hey, get your pitch up there.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Abraham Castro, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. First offering on its way. And here's a ball hit in the air. Ramiro giving chase, but this is going to wind up a foul ball.
Hey, you got it. No one better. Let's go.
Now a throw over, and he'll get dirty, but he's back in safely. 2 out with the man at first. And now they've got him picked off. Poor base running there. Got him caught in a hot box between first and second. And he pumps the fastball by him at 94. It's 0-2.
Here we go, kid. Here we go.
Now the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a blooper to the right side. Ramiro ranging forward. A dive, and he brings it in. And on a fantastic play, the inning is over. Worth a second look here, as this is a beauty to end the inning. An inning in the books, no score on the show. At the plate, Professor Scott. He reached on a single in his first try.
Professor Scott.
See it, drive it. Come on, kid. Wait for your pitch up there, huh?
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Good hit, good hit.
There's a line drive. Base hit to left field.
Boy, there's a bullet base hit right there, but you have to hold there, D-Row, to make sure that gets through and isn't caught for a line drive double play.
Yeah, you have to play the game right there and respect the infield and respect the line drive. I know he wants to get a ribby for his buddy, but that's the way the game's played.
Stepping in now, Derek Benitez. 0-1 the count.
Hey, be patient, keep yours.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
With 2 strikes now and a runner at first, do you go for the strikeout, or are you still looking for the double play ball?
Well, Matt, I think a lot of that depends on the type of pitcher that you are. If you're a power pitcher, you can go ahead and ride a fastball up in the zone. But if you're a guy that induces a lot of ground balls with a sinker, I think you have to stick with that plan.
Booker shading to his right, and he brings it in on the warning track.
I'm sure his eyes lit up when he saw that curveball hanging in the zone, but maybe he tried to do too much with it, because basically he hit it straight up. No doubt he wants that pitch back, and the pitcher, he just dodged a bullet.
Number 3, Abraham.
Into the box now, Abraham Castro, and he's a bit tardy there on the first pitch fastball. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Come on, baby, see you done.
Up and in here as he had to bend out of danger.
Well, that'll wake everyone up. Anytime you buzz the tower like that, there's reason for people to start getting a little bit edgy.
Bases are loaded here, 2 down.
Hey, your pitch. Drive it deep, huh? Here you go.
The 1-2. Fly ball out toward left center field. Reinheimer is calling for it. He's got it, and that'll get him out of the jam. So they load the bases on 3 hits, but can't bring anyone around to score. 3 innings complete, and we are tied 0-0. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Jack Reinheimer. It was a walk in his last trip.
Reinheimer.
On the ground is short. This could be 2. He's got it. And there are 2 away now. Stepping up now, Professor Scott. And they're runners at the corners now.
Professor Scott.
First delivery to him on the way. Now a flare out toward right center. Ramiro moving in, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grab. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. It's now a 4-1 game. Standing in, Derek Benitez. And he's got runners at the corners here with only 1 gone.
Derek Benitez.
Come on, baby. Pitch up there.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
Come on, beat it
Hit
out,
down
beat
the
it out.
line at first. To second for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. So it's 1 run on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. The Generals are on top, 4-1. So striding forward now, Professor Scott, runner in scoring position with 2 gone.
Scott.
Come on, baby. One time. Here we go.
He's set. Here it comes. Line to the right side. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. So no runs, no base hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The Generals lead it 4-1. Settling in now, Jamal Wiggins. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Wiggins.
1-1. He's running. Strike taken to throw. Not going to get him as he swipes second.
He picked a good pitch to run on at that time, and it really paid off. A changeup down in the zone is a really tough pitch for the guy behind the plate to catch and throw on, so he didn't stand much of a chance there. Yeah, it's only been a week, but I guess it probably feels like 1,000,000 years ago since they had their last win. But this 6-game losing streak is behind them now, so we'll see if they can string some W's together.
And tonight's comes to a conclusion, 6-1 the final. The Jackson Generals took the lead in the 4th and held on until the end. Darius Lincoln earns the win, his 2nd. Pedro Quintana works 2 full innings in relief to record the save, his 1st of the year. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.
Fans, our final line score. First with the victorious Jackson Generals. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 12 men on base. For Mississippi, 1 run on 9 hits, 3 errors. They left 9 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 4 minutes. Thanks for joining us this evening. And please drive home safely.
The game's future stars are on display as minor league baseball comes your way on the show. Tonight we've got a good matchup in store between the Jackson Generals and the Mississippi Braves. Ricky Freeman is on the mound for game 2. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Well, as you can see, he's a tall drink of water out there, especially on the mound. That can really work to your advantage because you work on more of a downhill plane and you typically get more extension to the plate on your release. The key, though, is that he has to be out front with his release point or he'll be more likely to miss up in the zone.
Professor Scott.
Hey, keep it going. Stay hot, huh?
Here comes the first pitch. Dribbled up the line. Foul ball, however, strike one. And guys, you take a look at our visitors here with the early lead tonight as we play the bottom of the first. They come into this one fresh off a victory last time out that ended a 6-game losing streak.
Yeah, Matty, they started this road trip off right. Yesterday, there was one common theme. There was great starting pitching. Guy went out and absolutely executed. Hopefully he passes the baton to this guy today and he goes out and follows suit.
And he'll reach second now with one away. Now at the plate, Derek Benitez, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield.
Benitez. Let it fly, big guy. Here we go.
First delivery to him on the way. There's a strike.
Pretty good pitch to hit there that he let go. I know it's early and they're probably wanting to run his pitch count up, but he may not get another pitch like that to swing at the rest of the game.
go now. One time.
Nope.
Here's a cutter that's off the plate, 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Scott leads off second with 1 gun in the inning.
Hey, get doing up there, huh?
In there at the letters, 1-2 now.
That pitch up in the zone called the strike, and that's a tough pitch for a batter to hit, though, that fastball that's high in the zone.
Yeah, you got it. No one does.
The 1-2. Swung on in the dirt, strike 3. And he makes the throw to first. Benitez is retired, 2 down now. With a moment now, let's have a look at the home team's starting lineup. What's the key for them tonight, D-Ro?
Well, Matty, you take a look at this lineup filled with young bloods. Just young guys, hungry, aggressive, trying to do damage and move traffic to both gaps. Line-to-line power up and down this lineup. Should be interesting to see if this pitcher uses their aggressiveness against them.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Abraham Castro, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Nope.
And he just misses with a curveball.
There you go. Red fly.
From the belt, the pitch. In there, 1-1.
Get your pitch, huh?
This is line to left. And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit. And the runner at third will put the brakes on here as they didn't want to chance it even with 2 outs.
Hey, sometimes you need a little bit of luck, too, as a pitcher. This ball absolutely scorched. Actually hit so hard that it wasn't able to drive a run in.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I know that ball was hit on the line. Surprised the third base coach held him with 2 outs.
Batting fifth, catcher, Pedro Ortiz.
In now, Pedro Ortiz. As he'll take a look at the pitch too low, it's ball 1. Runners on first and third, 2 away.
Hey, let her fly, kid. Let her fly.
And that one just missed outside.
2-0 count, runners at the corners. You can bet he's looking for something to drive right here. There's a good chance he gets something to hit, too.
Hey, let it fly right here. Hey, get your pitch. Make it happen right now, huh, kid?
2 balls and a strike.
Hey, 1 pitch right here. 1 out.
Ball
3-1.
Couldn't be a whole lot better situation to hit in now. 3-1, 2 on. He's got to be thinking he's going to get a pitch he can drive right here.
Runners at the corners, 2 men out.
Hey, let your can up there, kid, huh?
And he misses with it for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
I'll tell you, he's looked unsteady out there since the first pitch he threw. A couple of hits and a free pass, so he's really searching for an answer to get back on track. We'll see if he can settle down here.
Stepping in, Brian Ramiro. And he's hoping to get things going at the plate. It's been a bit of a struggle for him in recent games.
Romero.
Easy right here. 1 time.
Get your pitch up there. Let's go, kid.
Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0.
Hey, let her rip. Let her rip. Let it go. Hey, let you can. Let you can.
Hey, let's go, big
The
fella.
1-0 delivery. 2-0 now.
putting himself in a pretty bad situation now on 2-0, and the base is loaded. He basically doesn't have much of an option but to challenge him right here.
Hey, one pitch. Make it yours.
There's a fastball right over the inside corner.
Pitch up there. Let's go, kid. Come on, guys. Get your pitch up there.
The 2-1. Strike two swinging. And he strikes him out. So a missed opportunity at the plate as he strands 3 runners and the side is retired. So the error winds up not costing him as they leave the bases loaded. We'll move ahead to the top of the second now. Jackson leads this one 1-0. Now at the plate, Professor Scott. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Good off-speed pitch had him out in front for strike 1.
Find some green, baby.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Belted high in the air out to left. Pena ranging back at the track. The wall. And it's gone. And a big moment for him there. His first home run as a Double-A player.
Yeah, and you always like to get those first out of the way, no matter what level you're playing at. Obviously, he's got aspirations to play in the big leagues, and this is exactly the kind of production that this organization is going to be looking for from him as his career progresses.
Trying to pick things up where we left off.
And hey, it was a breaking ball to boot. This guy's a pretty good off-speed hitter. You could tell by that last at-bat, he wasn't fooled at all. He sat back, waited, got the breaking ball, and didn't miss it.
Come on, sitting on something here.
He's set and the pitch. Popped him up. But this will land untouched. Set to deliver the 0-1. A ball hit softly on a line to third, but gloved by the third baseman for the out. Professor Scott will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, let's flash you back to the 3rd inning. This was just a solo shot, but it definitely helped get this offense going.
Yo, ducking them from team, wide awake in a dream. Scratch that, sleepwalking in reality. Think about tomorrow.
First delivery to him on the way. A fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss. Sure took a healthy hack that time.
Yeah, and I don't understand that approach at all, Matty. He's not really known for having a whole lot of pop in his bat, but he is known for having really good speed. So personally, I'd much rather see him with a controlled swing and try to put the ball in play.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. This is in the air out to straightaway center. Abreu is there, and that's the first out of the inning.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is that they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one to get the win.
3-2 the finish in tonight. Freeman earns the win, his second. Freddie Valenzuela retires the side to hammer down the save, his 7th of the campaign. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
The final line score for our ball game for the victorious Mississippi Braves. 3 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. For the Generals, 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error, and 11 runners left on base. The time of the ball game, 2 hours and 53 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
Minor League Baseball is live and on the air on the show. Today we've got a good matchup ahead between the Jackson Generals and the Mississippi Braves. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Martin Rivera, a right-hander from the Keystone State, gets the ball as the starter in this one. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, this guy loves pitching at home. He's had a little bit of a rough go pitching on the road so far this season, but he's pitched really well in his home environment, and I'm sure he's glad and comfortable that he's pitching at home in this one. Hopefully, he can string together another strong home start.
Jamal Wiggins.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. On the ground is short. Could be 2. And there's out number 2. Time now to give you a look at the batting order for the visit. Squad. Dero, daytime road game for him. What you got?
Well, Matty, you take a look at this lineup today going against a power arm on the other side. You could see a little bit of ambush tactics employed by this offense in this lineup. Swinging the bat early, not wanting to go too deep in the count where he can rack up a ton.
Stepping up to the plate, Professor Scott. He did not play last night, but clearly back in the starting 9 for this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. So, guys, our visitors, as they take the field following a scoreless top half. Well, they come in fresh off a victory last time out, but they've had a rough go of it of late as they've lost 7 of their last 9 games.
Yeah, Matty, we had a saying in Texas, hit or get left behind. And that's exactly what this team did in their last game. Scored a bunch of runs, but good approach at the plate, working the ball to all gaps. Line to line, this team swung the bats well. I'm going to be looking for that again in this one.
Ramiro on at first, nobody out. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Abreu moves over, 1 out. Chance now to take a look at how the home team lines up in this one. Mark, daytime baseball at home. What do we need to know about these guys?
Well, Matty, you take a look at this lineup filled with young bloods. Just young guys, hungry, aggressive, trying to do damage and move traffic to both gaps. Line-to-line power up and down this lineup. Should be interesting to see.
Stepping into the box, Jamal Wiggins. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. Not in time as he steals second. So here's the cleanup hitter, Gustavo Pena.
Left fielder, Gustavo Pena.
One.
Hit out towards second. One there. On to first, and they get them both.
Oh, that's a rally killer right there. They were in great shape with 2 on and nobody out, but the double play is the last thing you want in that situation. Just a runner at third now, but there's 2 outs.
Coming to the plate now, Felix Ramiro. He reached base on an error and later came around to score last time up. Vargas at third with 2 away. Down and hits this one on the ground to short. Scott cleanly. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. A couple of walks, but no damage. More to come on the show Sunday Baseball after this. So striding in, Professor Scott. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Professor Scott.
First offering on its way.
Run it out,
to the left side. To his left, Reinheimer. Throw just does get him at first as he was really moving that time. Digging in, Barrett McGinnis. He singled his last time up.
Barrett McGinnis.
One down.
The 1-2. Hard on the ground towards short. That's through for a base hit. He's now 2 for 2 in this one.
He had him on the ropes right there. Count leverage, 2 strikes against the batter. He's going to have to put that in the memory bank because that guy made a nice 2-strike approach right there. Made a nice 2-strike adjustment.
Ready now, Ildemaro Vargas. He'll start off the 5th in this one.
Second baseman.
Get yourself right here. Let's go.
Vargas.
The 1-2. Bouncer up the middle. And this will find its way into center field for a leadoff single.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
Now to the plate, Professor Scott.
Batter number 5, shortstop, Professor Scott.
Come on, Daddy, like a big dog. Right time.
From the stretch. Started that swing a bit too early. Against left-handed pitching so far this season, Scott is a .300 hitter on the dot. Can't complain about that.
You want to talk about having a career season, Matty. This guy's batting average is through the roof, one of the best in the business. And maybe more importantly, his OPS is through the roof as well, which means he's doing it with damage.
Hey, have a rip at it up there, huh?
And a splitter swung on and missed that time, and that'll be out number 2. So coming to the plate, Gustavo Pena. He's batting cleanup in this one, but will get us started here in the inning as they look to wake up the bats.
Yeah, not much to get excited about with just the single notch on the scoreboard, but you have to give credit to where it's deserved. The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
Hey, you'll be out now.
Up the middle. And that'll get through into center. So there's your possible go-ahead run on base now to lead off the inning. Now at the plate, Professor Scott. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once.
Scott.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Now a swing as he shoots this down the right field line. And that gets down and ought to be good for extra bases. And he is into second base with one away as the go-ahead run. Well, it took him till the 7th, but he gets his first hit of the game here, and that'll extend his hitting streak.
Yeah, and he didn't come out of what he was trying to do all day, Dan. Kept the front shoulder tucked, kept the ice water in his veins, and didn't try and get too big. Extends the hitting streak. Nice job.
You know, D-Row, I talked to him before the game about the streak, and he said the toughest part is he hopes to get hits early in the game to take the pressure off. He had to wait to the 7th inning in this one to come through.
Abraham Castro comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
Hey, get your pitch and drive it right here. Come on, let it fly right here.
The 1-0 home. Popped up, and this will not be caught. It's a foul ball.
Come on, big guy. You got this. Hey, see it, drive it. See it, drive it.
Hit hard on the ground at first. A diving effort here as he gets a glove on it. And there is some stick-to-itiveness as they still manage to get the out at first. What a play. Into the box now, John Baldwin. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind him because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1.
With the runner on third, 2 outs, base open, and a good hitter at the plate, you have to be smart and not give in. If you walk this guy, so what? It's a lot worse if you give him a ball that he can hurt you on.
That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 2 down.
Hey, let it fly up there, huh?
1-2.
Wow, that changeup is an absolute beaut. They call it the great equalizer for a reason.
Hey, like you can up there, like you can. Let's go.
And looked like a sinker here, but a good job of knocking this thing down.
Here you go now. Come on now. One time. Hey, have a rip like you can. Here you go.
Here now the 2-2. Seared down the first baseline. And that'll get through into right as he comes up in the clutch. It's a base hit. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. It's now a 2-1 ball game.
Dan, you'll take RBIs any way you can get them, but when they give your team the lead in the late innings, man, that feels good.
Oh, it especially does, especially when you start to score runs late in the game off of quality.
Striding into the box, Jamal Wiggins, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
One of the things this guy would like to do from the left side is swing it a little bit better against right-handed pitching. This guy has decent numbers, but not great numbers against right-handed pitchers.
Not in time. He's in there at second. So they still haven't picked up an extra base hit in this one, but that stolen base at least gets him a guy in scoring position.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what the manager was thinking there, Matt. Hey, if we aren't driving the ball with any authority today, we need to make something happen in a different way. They only need a single to the outfield now to push a run across.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes.
Up, up, up.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Scott is there for it. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Great scoring opportunity missed right there. You talk about frustration. Popping it up with 2 runners in scoring position. He'd like to get that one back.
Digging in and looking for more, Andreas Abreu. He's 2 for 4 in the ball game.
Abreu.
Hey, come on now, fellas.
Goes down and gets it as this is bounced to short. Loves it. And the throw is wide as it pulls the first baseman off the bag.
Man, there's just no excuse for a middle infielder to make a play like that, especially your shortstop. Looked like a routine play, but for some reason, he just pulled the first baseman off the bag. It happens, but you never want to give it.
Ready once again, Professor Scott, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second. With a base hit into the outfield.
Like you can.
First pitch on its way. A swinging bunt up the third baseline. Barehanded on the move. That's off to that one.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
Digging in to try it again, Gustavo Pena.
Left fielder, Gustavo Pena.
Where's the one here?
Weakly to the left. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So nothing happening this time around. So one will win it here as we go to the bottom of inning number 10. And we are all tied at 3 apiece. Stepping in. And ready for another shot, Professor Scott. He'll go to work on getting that tying run home from second. Here comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Grounder down the line at third. Hurley, the runner at second with 1 away. Pulls this one in the air out to left.
Get halfway here.
Sprinting after it. But it's over his head and jumps the wall for a ground rule double. And this game is tied.
You know, D-Row, in today's game, it's not easy scoring in the late innings. So that RBI base hit to tie things up, that comes at a really good time.
Yeah, I say it's not easy. They got 11 guys in the bullpen. I don't think a guy throws under 97 miles an hour with sinking cut. That is unbelievable. He's able to get that knock in that big spot.
Runner back safely.
Keep it going. What's up for us, good guy?
Standing in now, Abraham Castro, as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. And he's got a chance to bring in the winning run. The question is whether they'll even pitch to him.
Looking good. No one better up there. How you go? Hey, keep it coming. You be right now.
Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-1. Possible game winners at second base here with 1 away.
Hey, come on, big dog. Get the kick. Nobody better.
And it's 1-2.
Hey, drive him in, babe. Need it right here. Hey, keep it coming up there. Your turn, your turn. Oh,
and a fastball just a bit high.
Hey, we're pacing up there. Hey, drive him in for us. Easy. Here you go.
Hit on the ground to third. Wiggins right there. Throw gets him. 2 down. So digging in with a chance to win it here, John Baldwin, as he'll look to get the ball into the outfield and bring home what would be the winning run from second base. Here's the first pitch. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. Possible winning runs at second with 2 down, however. Hit sharply toward the right side. And this is down. And that should do it. And they're going to walk off here with a 5-4 win.
Well, the way things unfolded, you kind of had a sense that this thing was going to end in dramatic fashion, and that's exactly what happened. A walk-off for the win? Wow.
Every game has its offensive stars, and in this one, he arguably shined the brightest. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he came through with a multi-hit game, and more importantly, they were big hits. He was a key contributor to the outcome of this one.
A 1-run finish today, 5-4 the final score. The Braves get the win despite 3 errors in the field. Lawrence Warren claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that'll just about do it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com.
14 hits, 3 errors. They left 20 men on base. For the Generals, 4 runs, 13 hits, no errors. They left a boatload of runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 45 minutes. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, and please drive home safely.
You Father. What about that with myself and you? What am I to do? Give all you got from the bottom of your soul. Make them one more. That is your goal. Every word you sing, your life will begin. You go on a tightrope. If you love this thing in, get up off your knees.
It's time for baseball now as the show's tour of the minors continues with a stop in the Southern League. Today we've got a good matchup in store between the Jackson Generals and the Mississippi Braves. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Julio Garcia, the Missouri-born right-hander, gets the job of starting pitcher here. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, Matt, we're getting a chance to look at a guy that's been pretty good his last 3 starts. A whip under 1.20, so he minimizes the amount of base runners. He's a tough customer. It'll be fun to watch him to see if he's on point early in this one here today.
Batting fourth, left fielder,
standing in, Gustavo Pena. He'll get to take his first cuts here. The 1-2. Carefully on the ground to the left. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Sometimes you need a little luck. Sometimes you need to get a ground ball with eyes. And that's exactly what happened right there.
Stepping into the box, Ryan Watson. He appeared as a pinch hitter in yesterday's contest. Scooped up. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. So a couple of hits here in the top half, but nothing comes of it. So it's on to the bottom of inning number 1. No score. Now at the plate, Professor Scott, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
Professor keep it rolling.
Scott.
Here comes the first pitch. Line to the right side. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Boy, there's another opposite base hit right there, Dero. He's turning April showers into May poplars right now.
There's no doubt about it. This guy has gotten off to a hot start, but it's his ability to use the whole field. That's what's made the difference. He's not just pull happy or trying to push everything the other way. He's taking what the pitcher's giving.
One time, right here.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Couldn't wait back, a swing and a miss. Dan Dero, as we take a look at our visiting club as they take the field in this scoreless ball game. It was another loss for them last time out, and that makes them 2-8 over their last 10 games.
Yeah, guys, after the first 4 games on this road trip, they find themselves 2-2, kind of par for the course. But they got to find a way to play a little bit better today, kind of turn the tide and get it working in a positive direction.
Hey, get your pitch. Grab it right there. Your pitch. Right here. Let's go, kid.
And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2.
For me, check swings are right there next to bang-bang plays at first as the most difficult calls for an ump to make. Taking a look at show motion, the batter doesn't appear to hold up enough, so I think the call was right.
Batting fourth.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Abraham Castro, looking to stay hot. He's been a real threat at the plate the last week or so. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Another slow breaking ball that misses down low.
Rip it up.
The 1-0. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. So 1-1.
Come on.
Gets this one hard the other way. He's right there. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. We've played an inning. No score here on the show.
Hey, let's go, kid.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Professor Scott. He reached on a single in his first try.
Scott.
Hey, let it rip one time.
The pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Abreu has it in his tracks, and he makes the catch for the second out. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Jack Reinheimer. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Cue shot here out towards short, and this will be taken down no problem for the final out of the inning. So they pick up no runs on 2 base hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. Last half of the 5th coming up, and we still have no score. Ready for another chance? Jamal Wiggins. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Wiggins.
The 1-2. And this will ricochet off of him on the mound. But he is able to recover as he gets the out at first. 1 away now. Ready for another shot now. Professor Scott, a hit in 2 tries so far.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these 2 teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
And a base hit, so he goes after the first pitch he sees, and he's on to open up the inning.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible, and feed it into the opposite field for a base hit.
So come.
The right fielder, number 18, Garrett Benitez.
Look over to first. A dive, but he's back. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Takes a knee-high fastball.
Hey, this is a perfect opportunity for them to get on the board right now. Leadoff man has done his job, and now the middle of the order gets their shot at the plate.
Hey, let her rip right here.
Now a move over to first.
Oh, he's safe.
And he has to dive, but he's back in easily. Hit down the third baseline. He's got it. There's one.
Yes.
On to first, but not in time as he beats it out. Striding in once again, Jamal Wiggins. He'll swing it from the left side right here.
One of the things this guy would like to do from the left side is swing it a little bit better against right-handed pitching. This guy has decent numbers, but not great numbers against right-handed pitchers.
Strike called. Now the throw down is not going to get him as he swipes second.
You know, I like the aggressiveness there. They haven't cracked the scoreboard at this point, so it's clear they're trying to manufacture something by forcing the action. We'll see if it works out for them.
Digging in once again, Professor Scott. He'll get things started now in the bottom of inning number 8.
Not sure if this is a powerhouse pitching performance by both teams or bad hitting, but as we're moving late into this one, it's about time somebody puts something together to try to score a run.
And this ball's pretty well struck high and deep to left field. And that nearly would have gotten him on the board. Instead, it's a long foul ball. Hit to short. Reinheimer moving to his right on to first. And how important is it to keep this guy off base in a tie ball game? 1 away. Our line score there says it all to this point, or if you prefer, it doesn't say anything. Nothing our score as you start to wonder if anyone's going to play to run in this one. And guys, a very important outing turned in on the mound for the man you see right there. He was a big factor, of course, and is the recipient of our Topps Player of the Game award.
Well, it's not that often a relief pitcher that's not a closer gets props like this, but this time I think it's well deserved. They needed him in some tough situations, and he passed every test with flying colors.
A single run good enough to do it today. 1-0 the final score. Andres Lorenz claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that's it for us this afternoon. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, log on to theshownation.com.
The final line score for our ball game.
Clutch hitting has not been a strength for this team, and their manager lets them know it.
Stars of tomorrow get their shot in the limelight today as the show's coverage of the Southern League is on the air. Ought to be a good one here between the Mississippi Braves and the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Miguel Cruz, the Nicaraguan-born pitcher, gets the call to start in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, when you dive into the numbers with this guy, he's a pretty good strikeout pitcher, just under 9 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched. So I would expect him to punch out quite a few guys in this one here today.
Digging in, Professor Scott. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Professor Scott.
Hey, stay hot, huh?
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Grounded foul toward the coaching box at third. Fellas are home 9 as they begin play here this evening. They came out on the losing end last time out and are in a bit of a skid. In fact, they've lost 7 of their last 10.
Yeah, Matty, I hope these guys were listening today during the hitters meeting, because they have not been swinging at bats well. They only scored 1 run in the loss yesterday, and somewhere along the line, this offense has to execute at a higher level if this team's going to compete.
And with that, here's a look at the visitors' starting lineup. Mark DeRosa, what do they have to do to get the season off to a good start on the road?
Yeah, Matty, you take a look at this lineup. The one thing that jumps out is the fact that they are last in stolen bases. They are station to station trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark, trying to get in good counts and drive the baseball out.
Standing in now with runners in scoring position, Brian Aguilera, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Hit back toward the mound. Scott scoops it up. Only play will be to first as we'll see our first run score here as this is a 1-0 ball game.
Really good team at bat right there, right? Just put the ball in play. He does just that, gets the ground ball. And
at the plate, Professor Scott. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Professor Scott.
Hey, get your pitch up there. Let's go.
Here's the first pitch to him. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless.
Hey, you got it. No one better. Here we go.
The 0-1. Tried to crush that ball and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes.
All right, come on now. Let it fly.
Again, he sends it out of play.
Hey, let it fly right here.
Here's the 0-2. Half swing here, but it won't matter. It's strike 3 called anyway, and that's out number 1.
you know, I'm not quite sure how that strikeout will be scored, looking or swinging. He tried to check his swing, but I'm pretty sure the home plate umpire was ringing him up regardless.
Settling in now, Professor Scott. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Scott.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. No balls and a strike to count.
I know you're standing on the mound. You got 2 quick outs right here, but you have to respect the fact that this lineup can hit you and hit you in a hurry. Number 2 hole batter up at the plate. He has a chance to get on and get the big boys up.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
Hard 90, hard 90.
Swinging a ground ball to third. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So they breeze through this half of the inning. Home half of the 5th coming up. All tied at 1-1. Stepping in, Professor Scott. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Scott.
All right, come on now.
First delivery to him on the way. Line drive to center field. And that'll make him 1 for 4 in this one. So the 2-out base hit and the top of the inning is still alive. Well, it took him till the 7th, but he gets his first hit of the game here, and that'll extend his hitting streak.
Yeah, and he didn't come out of what he was trying to do all day, Dan. Kept the front shoulder tucked, kept the ice water in his veins, and didn't try and get too big. Extends the hitting streak. Nice job.
You know, D-Row, I talked to him before the game about the streak, and he said the toughest part is he hopes to get hits early in the game to take the pressure off. He had to wait to the 7th inning in this one to come through.
Come on, let it fly right here.
First offering on its way. And they start him with a changeup, but this is chopped foul at home plate. Ready with the 0-1. And a pitch out. Nothing doing, though, and that's ball 1. A couple of righties starting to loosen now. Now in the bullpen.
Hey, let's go, big fella. Need you right here.
In the dirt here. Runner holds as the count moves to 2-1. And it's fouled away.
All right, one time right here, kid.
And he lays off, so it's full now, 3-2.
All right, 3-2 count with 2 outs. The runner on first will be moving, so we'll see what happens. There are a lot of possible outcomes with this kind of play.
coming up now on 30 pitches in the inning. Now we'll snap one off over to the bag. In the dirt, and oh, he can't quite dig it out. Now the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. On now to the bottom of inning number 7. Mississippi's out in front, 4-1. Into the box now, Jack Holman. He singled his last time up.
Right fielder.
We're in the 7th now, 4-1 our score to this point. Up the middle. And that's in for a base hit. He's 2 for 4 now. So a nice job there by the 2-hole hitter to extend the inning for the middle of the order.
Dan, this guy's on fire. I used to say all the time, it's about 150 ABs to 200 ABs where you start figuring out what type.
But center fielder number 24, Alberto.
Hit on the ground out to short. And that's through for a hit. So the bottom of the 9th is still alive after the 2-out success.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible, and feed it into the opposite field for a base hit.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is that they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one to get the win.
And it's a 4-3 finish in this evening's ball game. The Mississippi Braves jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Drew Watts wins his 3rd of the season. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click over to theshownation.com.
Final line score for our ball game for the victorious Mississippi Braves. 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. They left 6 men on base. For the Blue Wahoos, they left